never thought my child would get molested, especially so young.
When his mother told us about the alleged sexual abuse, frankly, we didn't know how to deal with it.
This video portrays the true story of 3 children molested at an elementary school. Given the traumatic nature of this case, actors portray the mother and the school principal. All other participants speak for themselves.
Child Abuse Prevention Program? We've been around for about 15 years. The core of the program is to teach children to detect child abuse and to protect themselves, and if they have a problem, how to tell someone that they have a problem. We train the educators, the professionals who are going to be helping children in schools, as well as helping schools when a child discloses that they're abused, who to call, how to get some help, what to do.
My son and I are very close. Thank God he tells me everything. But when he told me that the janitor in school was touching and licking his private parts, I was in shock. I didn't want to believe him, but I did. I told him, it's good that you tell me. And I told him, I love you.
When his mother had told me what happened, I was horrified. I couldn't believe how this nice, normal man, whom I had hired, could go into the boys' room and molest an innocent child.
How can you tell if somebody's an offender? You can do a background check. You can know them personally. But if somebody has not been caught, if they haven't been arrested, if there's no record, you will never know until they're caught.
I had to do something, and fast. The school's main concern was that all the children be safe. There could be more victims. Or maybe the kid made it up, and the custodian would sue us. We needed proof, and we had to do it right. So we went through the Board of Ed and contacted the police that very same morning. Then we called CAPP right away. Now, they had already conducted a child safety workshop with us, which is probably why the boy spoke up.
When a crisis like this occurs, the first thing we want to do is make sure the alleged perpetrator is in custody so that children are safe.
We decided to hold off in telling the other parents because we had scheduled a child safety workshop for the very next day.
Some Bronx parents are raising concerns after they say they were not notified about an alleged sexual assault at their children's school.
Have you ever faced an angry mob? Parents were screaming and shaking their fists at me. They felt that the school had recklessly endangered their children. First, by letting it happen, and then by not telling them right away. Now, I'm a parent. I don't blame them.
We're not running a witch hunt or a lynch mob, and everyone is innocent until proven guilty. But if he or she is guilty, then we want to obtain information that's going to stand up in court so that the perpetrator, so that this predator can be put behind bars.
We had informed the parents that the perpetrator was under arrest and there was a pending investigation going on. As soon as we could tell the parents everything, we would, but right now our main concern had to be with the children and finding if there were any other victims that needed to come forward.
If a sex abuse case against a child isn't handled right from the beginning, it taints the entire investigation. The children can be coached, children can be led, children can be tainted by what people tell them to say, or they might answer them in the way they think they want to be answered. So we try to let the experts handle it.
After an hour of very heated discussion, the parents finally calmed down. CAPP explained to them the situation and why we couldn't have told them right away. Now, because they saw that we were trying to protect their children, I feel they trusted the school once again.
Meanwhile, we were conducting a child safety workshop with the children.
Hi, and I'm Melody. And hey,
This way, the children can learn in a very caring and sensitive way about physical and sexual abuse prevention, how to protect themselves, and if they have a problem, how to come forward.
You told him about child abuse?
Do you know about that?
Yeah, I know all about it because it happened to me.
We carefully train our staff to interview children to get solid, verifiable evidence.
Then one day he started touching me, kissing me.
In a safe environment, 2 more boys came forward and said that they too had been molested by this man. This further incriminated the custodian.
Any child that disclosed a problem, we immediately contacted their parents so that their parents could be with them upon investigation of any disclosures. The child needs their parents' support.
We could have built a case against the janitor with one child. However, when additional victims came forward, it made the first child more credible.
A few days later, the school conducted an emergency PTA meeting with 300 parents and the police. And again, CAPP reassured everyone that the safety of their children was the top priority.
We want to make sure we cover all our bases, because if we don't, and this did happen and we don't have enough, this guy is still out there and anybody's child could be the next victim.
I wanted to get my son away from the scene of the crime. But CAPP convinced me to keep him here in school because he hadn't done anything wrong. Well, now I'm glad that I did. They showed my son he was a hero for turning in the offender and saving others from further abuse.
Sometimes good things can come from bad, if they're handled right. Thanks to the Child Abuse Prevention Program, we now have a much safer school.
It's not really an easy topic, child abuse, to talk about for anyone, not parents or educators. And then if a case of child abuse actually happens, people are overwhelmed, confused, and afraid of what to do.
How do you talk to kids about this?
How do you get information that is not leading?
How do you find out if there have been more victims? And how do you get verifiable evidence?
All these allegations involve possibly the school system, the police department, the district attorney's office.
What happens if the media contacts you? These are all things that you have to consider.
That's where CAPP can help. We've been through this a number of times. We know all of the appropriate people to call, and we can help get you through the system a lot quicker with information that will hold these predators accountable and punish them for their crimes. These have nice statements in them.
CAPP played a key role in this case because they were very supportive of the victims. The victims were comfortable around the people from CAPP. They were very supportive through the judicial process with them and their families.
CAPP is like the fire department, only for child abuse. They come to the rescue during the emergency. One key difference is where no one denies that fires occur. With child abuse, there's usually denial. And just as the laws require that the schools teach fire safety and conduct fire drills, CAPP teaches us how to more effectively deal with child abuse and deal with predators.
These scars heal slowly for a child. I mean, I still wake up in the middle of the night wanting to hurt that sick creep. But if it wasn't for CAPP helping us, I don't think we'd be healing at all.
What's unique about the child abuse